Against the light.
Can you guys hear me okay? Just get the audio set up, guys. I apologize. Welcome to the stream, guys. My voice sound okay? You guys hear me okay? Just making sure everything's working. You guys hear me okay? Everything sounds good? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Alright, cool. Just making sure. Hold on, let me find my other chat real quick, because I had me a TikTok chat and Twitch chat, my friends. Alright, cool. Those are all squared away, finally. Okay. Welcome. It's been a while, guys. How's it going? It's stormy outside, so I'm gonna make this brief, and I'm gonna just say I missed you guys very much. Thank you so much for being so supportive and tuning in and being so awesome. I was real sick. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for today. Probably not long. I'm still recuperating. So some people want to know what my health situation is, so I'll explain it. I got a cough about 2 weeks ago, and I thought I was getting sick, and I was, and I let it go for a little bit, and I went to the hospital, and they told me I had bronchitis, and they took an x-ray, and they didn't find any pneumonia or anything. So some more time passed and I got worse. They gave me 2 antibiotics to take. Well, I think it was just actually 1 antibiotic. You know what I mean? And what happened was I started taking this antibiotic and I was not getting better. And I kept taking it, and then one night it was just too bad. Like I couldn't breathe. It was to the point where I literally could not breathe. I was suffocating, and I felt like I was dying. So I went to the emergency room, and it was about 2 or 3 in the morning. And they took pictures of my lungs, and I had a shadow in my lung. So they said it was pneumonia. And so I was pretty bad off, man. My oxygen level was real low. I wasn't breathing normally. So they had to put me on oxygen. They had to give me some antibiotics that went straight into my bloodstream. And I was in the hospital for 2 days. So I came out, and I have to take an x-ray to see if the shadows are gone from inside my lungs, but I've been sick ever since. I can't really talk for too long. I can't do a lot of physical stuff right now, but I just wanted to touch base and talk to you guys and tell you I missed you and I loved you very much, and I hope you guys are all blessed. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm looking at Facebook chats. I saw you, Sammy. Thanks for tuning in. Patrick, thank you for being there. Adam, thank you so much for being there, man. I'm blessed. I'm grateful that you guys are here. Thank you so much for all the time and experiences we've had together. I'm grateful for everything. So I'm just going to do a short stream. I'm probably not going to hit it that hard or be that long in. I'm just going to play the beginning of Dark Souls 1. I'm going to end up platinum trophying this game again, Deathless. That doesn't really matter. What really matters is that you guys are here, and that I'm grateful that you guys are here. And I love you all very, very much. So, thank you so much. Alright, so let's get started on the game, guys. I hope you had a blessed week, blessed 2 weeks. I hope you had a good time. So like I said, I can't talk much, so I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum. And I can't talk for that long, so I'm not going to be streaming for that long today. So, welcome back, brother. Hopefully you're doing better and I'm feeling well. We're in good spirits, brother. We love you. I saw Wolverine. Yeah, that looks pretty intense, man. It looks violent. that looks like a Wolverine comic, man. Right? It looked good. It looks stylistically good. Hopefully the graphics pay off at the end, man, but it looks pretty solid. So thanks for tuning in, Don. I appreciate you, man. So yeah, I'm still sick. I can't do too much. It might not be, it might take a couple months for me to get back to where I was. So, but yeah, it was pretty rough. Aside from that, man, I've been watching a lot of news. I don't usually watch the news. I've been watching a lot of Hope Corps stuff, a lot of different things, man. You know, like, it's weird because I feel like something happened. I know I can't explain it. Some people will say it's because of this one thing or that one thing or this one person or that one person or this circumstance or that circumstance. But I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like my life has changed. I can't explain it. I can't completely comprehend everything that's happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks of my life. But I feel like a different person. I don't feel the same way. And I feel blessed. I feel good. I feel renewed, you know? But my body obviously had to be tested. So that's just how it goes sometimes. But I also get back to all the good times I had on stream and all the people that I met along the way and all the great things we've done together. And I love it. I'm grateful for all of the experiences we've had together, guys. I really am. And if me and you didn't see eye to eye at one point and you don't like me, that's fine. I don't mind that. But you gotta remember, even if you don't like me, I care for you. I love you. I will always care and love you. It doesn't matter how badly you don't like me or whatever. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed in this life. Ghost of Yotai, only a week. Yeah, I'm gonna play that one. That's coming out soon. It's got good reviews on it too. It looks pretty intense, man. It looks pretty intense. I don't know about this guy. This guy's pretty weird looking. The game is a bit louder than you are. Okay, well, I'll fix that. I don't know. It could be the way that this is set up. Yeah, it's probably this. Yeah, because it's not showing up on my desktop audio. So let me see. It's not working. Settings, audio. Yeah, because it's not playing on the other side over here. So that means that it's probably not feeding through. So let me take a look at it real quick. Monitor only. That should be right. The audio settings are being weird. I also have not touched this computer in like a hot minute, girl. So you know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? You don't belong here, bro. Get out of here. You know. But I should tone it down a little bit right there. But the thing is, on TikTok, they're not gonna be able to hear the audio. So, you know what I mean? That's just how it goes. You'll be able to hear it on YouTube. TikTok, I'll try to fix you. I promise. I'm sorry. Okay. I saw that, man. I saw it was pretty popular right now. The only thing that kind of made me sad is that basically 1 through 4, the storyline's completely gone now. That's the only thing I can say that's like kind of sad to me. But other than that, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look very long though, right? You know the weird thing about that, Adam? You want to know the weird part about it? Is I feel like when I realized I was blessed, I got sick. Is that a weird thing to say? It was a test to see if I really changed who I was. Because I could be honest with you and be like, I could be dishonest with you, excuse me. And just be like, yeah, it was all the hard things that made me think this, or it was all the things that made me feel sick, that made me realize how much I was blessed to have. But it's when I realized how blessed I was that I got sick. Is that weird? It's a weird concept, right? It's like, I don't know if you guys believe in otherworldly forces, but it's like, how much are you willing to put up with to prove that you're different, that you've changed, that you see the error of your ways, man? For so many years, I fucking neglected that, and I didn't even realize it. Excuse the language. I shouldn't even be cussing. You know what I mean? No, I get what you're saying, Corey. You know, like I miss the OG stories, all, man. I could always go back and play those other games, though. You know. But yeah, it's just weird. It's like as soon as I figured it out is when I got sick. It was weird. It was a weird experience, man. It's definitely one of those eye-opening experiences. Nonetheless. But yeah. Here we are, guys. It's rainy outside. It's been raining for the last 3 days in Arizona, which is weird. It's at the tail end of monsoon. We got autumn coming. It's beautiful. Autumn's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful season, depending on where you live. In Arizona, we don't really get much autumn, but you can kind of tell it's autumn, you know, because you got the pumpkin spice coffee and stuff in the store, and that's pretty much it. That's all you get. Phoenix in there yet? Phoenix ain't too far from me, man. You like Scottsdale or what? Like, I live in Tucson. I live just down the street from you, man. Happy Friday, man. How you feeling? Man, I am sick. My body is weak. but my spirit is willing, my friend. I'm here. I'm in a great mood too. Do you think maybe knowing how blessed you are, dropped your metaphysical guard and allow yourself to get sick? Mm, it's an interesting concept, but I don't know if I believe that. What it was, I mean, I'm gonna go into it. You guys may not want to hear it, all right? And I apologize to those that don't want to hear it. Okay, I had a religious experience, and it's not something that I can necessarily put my finger on. It's something that I try to keep away from the stream for many years because I'm not. I try to keep it secular. You know, I try to keep it secular as possible because I don't want to alienate people because it's your right to believe in whatever you want to believe in, and I don't have to accept what you believe, and you don't have to accept what I believe, but I agree to disagree, and I still think that you're my brothers and sisters, no matter what happens. Okay, but I had a religious experience, and I can't deny the truth of it. My whole life, I've been through these situations and these series of events that have happened where I've come to this point in my life where I had some severely bad situations occur that I couldn't put my hands into. And I told the story about my father and about my mother and about my weakest point in life, and when I was praying for some pretty nasty things to happen to me a long time ago, 15, 16 years ago. Okay, because I'm not a praying person, right? But I prayed on that day, and I prayed for the worst possible things to happen to me. But in that moment, I felt comforted, like somebody was watching and somebody was there. Okay, so years pass, something quite similar happens, right? Hey, what's up, Justin? And I hope this doesn't affect anybody in a negative way, but my cousin passed away, and she was my sister, she was my sibling in my heart. She was my sister. She died in a very horrific way that no person should die in, and it took its toll on me. I went into a very dark place. I relapsed. I did things I'm not proud of. I hurt a lot of people about 8, 9 years ago. The stuff that I said I was over and I was never going to do again, I went and I relapsed and I did all those things that I said I was never going to do again. And then it happened again. In my darkest hour, I felt as though something was there with me that I couldn't deny. And about 3 weeks ago, it all just came to a head and culminated. And I can't express this feeling that I had. There's something inside of me just changed, like, because I accepted the reality that I wasn't alone. For the first time in my life, I was never really alone. There was always somebody there guiding me and holding me up when I was falling down. Somebody that was always behind me and always loving me, even though I was a spoiled little baby and a spoiled little brat that didn't accept the gifts that I was given in this life like I should have accepted so many years ago. In that moment, I knew I wasn't alone, and I accepted God for the first time in my life. And it changed me. It doesn't bother me if you're an atheist or you don't believe in what I'm saying, and that's fine. It doesn't affect me. We're still brothers and sisters, and I still love all of you. Doesn't matter if you believe in what I believe in, but in that moment, I was different. And that's when I got sick. When I accepted God in my heart is when I got sick. That's when I got worse. That's when I almost died. And like I said, it felt like a test. And here I am on the other side of it. And I hope it doesn't change your opinion of me because I am religious now. Because I will never judge you guys. I will never pass judgment against you guys because I love you all very much. Thank you for being here. God save your life. God bless you, Dominics. Enough of that stuff. But like I said, I hope you have a blessed day. I know that my story may offend some people, and it's okay if it does, but don't take it as an offense. Just take it to mean that even though we have our differences, we can agree to disagree, and I do love every single one of you, no matter what you believe or no matter what you don't believe. I will always love you. But yeah, that's enough of that sappy stuff. I'm just grateful to be back. I'm grateful that you guys are here. I'm grateful I'm running my little tiny stream, you know? I'm just grateful. So blessed to have all you guys in my life. Thank you so much for your patronage, you know?
Only in the ancient legends it is stated
I like that, Corey.
that one day an undead
Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Donato. Thanks, Isaiah. Thanks to all you guys. Thank you so much.
to leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords.
Dominic, that's a heck of a story, man. That's a heck of a story, buddy.
Lordran.
But how you guys been? What's been going on? What's it like in your neck of the woods? What you got? You got any positive stuff going on in your life? What are you looking forward to this year coming up? New games coming out. That's ultimately why we're here, because of our shared love for video games. There's always a good starting point. You know what I mean? It's always a good place to start. What do you guys want to chat about? I can only talk for so long, though. I'm warning you right now. I'll probably start coughing up a lung in like a few minutes. Silk Song. I heard it's great, man. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people really like it. Thanks, Willis. I appreciate you, man. Dude, I quit everything. This illness took it all out of me, bro. It was crazy. I quit vaping. I quit drinking caffeine, bro. I couldn't do none of it. I was suffering like crazy, dude. I was bad off. I was so mad I couldn't vape for the longest time and all this, you know. Quitting nicotine and caffeine. It was a painful experience, man. I'm glad you're back feeling better. I had my first exam semester. Got another one online. Gonna do it later. I gotta catch up on my schoolwork, bro. I'm behind on my schoolwork. I was in the hospital for too long. Dying Light 3 is a great game. Is that the Beast one? Which one you're talking about? I appreciate you, Adam. Thanks, man. And thanks for being on the stream as long as you have, dude. I appreciate that as well. Janky Soul Style. I was watching Distortion play it, man. The story is really weird, bro. It's really weird. I saw him get past the Fox, what is it, like castle thing, man? That thing is insane. So the Beast is about a character from a previous game, right? So I've never played the Dying Light series myself. Steven, yeah. When the vape goes, you know it's getting bad, bro. Yeah, you're not wrong. Because that vape is killer on its own, man, you know? But I'm grateful. I mean, it gets too expensive, too, you know? So I was like, I would do a 2,500 pop vape in 3 days, bro. 2,500 in 3 days. 25,000, excuse me. Not 2,500. 25,000, dude. They sell these things at QT, the Quick Trip down the street. 25,000 puffs for $15. And I would hit this all day, every day, and like just wear them out. 3 days in, go buy another one. From Dying Light 1. Okay, that's kind of interesting how they pulled that. Yeah, 25,000 in 3 days, bro. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know it's bad. That's how you know that addiction's bad, bro. 25,000, bro. Yep. Vapes hurt your lungs. But you're okay smoking cigarettes, Justin, or what? That's kind of weird. That's crazy. It's bad for you, is what it is. It's real bad. If it wasn't the freaking pneumonia, man, I probably would have got lung cancer. Think about it, man. Freaking nonstop, dude. 8,300 a day. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. And that's because I don't. I mean, I wasn't sleeping right. I wasn't getting my health right. You know, I wasn't eating. I still don't eat that much. I got to get better on that one because I don't eat at all. I think when I was the worst of it right there, I didn't eat for 3 or 4 days straight. That's one of the reasons why I went to the hospital because I couldn't hold nothing down. So yeah, man, I don't know. That lifestyle catch up with you eventually. It's not good stuff. It's hard not to vape. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm already addicted to soda pop, man. You know? Think about it. I love the fruity flavor and the straws, you know. Dr. Pepper. Sit me down with a 53 ounce Dr. Pepper, 64 ounce Dr. Pepper, dude. Oh my god, bro. I'll drink the whole thing. You know? How did you hit List Wu Chang? Does it seem possible? I didn't do the whole game. I only did the bosses, Brad. It just takes a lot of concentration, dude. And it depends on the boss because fighting strategies are different for each boss. You know what I mean? Is there anyone in particular you're talking about? Love Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is barbecued flavored water, girl. You know that already. It's the best. Yep. If I could get a Dr. Pepper hat, I would wear it everywhere I went. I have this Wiener Schnitzel hat that I wear sometimes, and it's kind of derogatory. It says, "It's not a party till the wieners come out." I'm proud of that hat. It's a conversational piece for sure. Is it the cleanest hat? No, fuck no. Excuse the language, but yeah, it's definitely It's definitely a conversation starter, to say the least. I've never had the blackberry. I need to try it. All of them. It just depends on the boss, man. Some of them are really susceptible to stun lock, depending on what you're using. Like the demon of what is it? The demon of corruption, or one of the last bosses or whatever, isn't too terrible because if you know what you're using, like there's a trick to it. The L3 change, L3 weapon change, because unless you stun lock her, usually she's gonna end up hitting you. So like the L3 change with like the steam powered spear, is stun lock her and actually gets you more fire damage points while she's standing there. It'll allow you to hit her a couple of times more than you're supposed to. But you have to switch the weapons back. So it's all about strategy, bro. It is rough. It is not easy for sure. I agree. It can be pretty rough. I don't remember what I need for this. 16? I'm going to just do 16, 16. Maybe it's more than that. 17? 18, that's 17. I'll do this. Mr. Snake. Yeah, that's all about standing, dude. Like where she stands. That's the thing about it. That boss fight is cheap. It's all about where you stand in that fight. Because it looks like you can't dodge some stuff, and there's stuff that you can dodge that you don't realize you can dodge. Another easy way to beat her without getting hit is using the that one specific spell that makes it so you have iframes. I did it both ways. But yeah, she's a rough boss. You're not wrong. I always eat good food. It's not always healthy food. Hey, you know, at least you're eating, dude. You know? Soda was easy to quit. Nicotine is a bit... Dude, nicotine... Yeah, nicotine is like... It's definitely one of those... You know, I don't even need to say it, man. It's an addictive thing. It's crazy because I quit smoking a few years back during COVID. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take up vaping because I don't want to burn my lungs no more. So I'm like, okay, so... And then, of course, my neighbor at the time would not allow me to smoke anyways because his mom owned the residence. You know, so I'm just going to pick up vaping. So I pick up vaping, right? And I'm like, okay, for a while. And then I start to realize that I'm vaping more than I was smoking. And I'm ingesting more nicotine than I was ingesting before I started vaping. And I became more addicted to vaping than I did to smoking. So, I mean, that's why it's like weird. It's one of those weird trade-off situations that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? That's in Dark Souls 2, man. Not in this game. It's not one of the achievements in this game. That's a good question, though. But I did do Dark Souls 2, and the last achievement we pulled in Dark Souls 2 for the Deathless run was that achievement. But it was purely controlled by me. So I wasn't like involuntarily dying or anything like that, you know what I mean? But you're right. There is an achievement in one of the Dark Souls games, and that's one of them right there. Alright, well, this is dangerous. Yep, we're starting over again. Yeah, it's in Dark Souls 2. It's called This is Dark Souls is what it's called. And it's you have to die once, basically. That was a hard run because it took like 30 hours to achieve and everything in it, and it was kind of rough, you know what I mean? But it was Dark Souls 2, so I didn't have a problem with it. The hardest part of that run though is getting all the sunlight medals, bro. That's the sunlight medals, oof. It took me 5 hours, bro, and that's with all the extra stuff. You know what I mean? All the extra stuff you need to get drops. And that one, and then the farming the Red Phantom, the Predator Phantom, that was probably the hardest part of that run. It was pretty rough. Let's see. I would hit my vape way more, too much more than nicotine, unless you deliberately choose to scale down the nicotine vapes. Trade one form of addiction for another. You're not wrong. Yeah, that's kind of what I found too. Is I kept denying it, kept denying the truth of it. Somebody be asking, "Hey, why you're still vaping? You said you were gonna quit." You know, but yeah, I'll quit. I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit. I'll quit 5 days from now. I'll quit 3 months from now. You know. But that's the thing about it is my personality was never one of those personalities. Was like, let's turn down the nicotine. You know, it was never like that. It was like, oh, this is more nicotine than I'm used to. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh well, I guess it's just a happy accident. And I would just hit it, even if it was more nicotine than I was used to. And that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. It was a personality problem, man. There wasn't anybody else's problem with that. You know what I mean? So. It's just like when you get handed the wrong drink and it's a little stronger than the drink that you wanted in the first place, and you're like, well, I guess I better drink it. You know? It's that self-control thing, man, is rough. It is rough. It's not easy to deal with. Where's Jane at? Where's Mama Jane? Where's the Mama Jane's at? Where's she go? $18 for a drink? Yep. That's the thing too, is it's crazy how expensive that stuff has gotten. And you can go buy like a little mini bar for $18 sometimes, depending on where you go. And you go to like an event, like a ball game or to a club, or you know, and you're paying $18 for a single drink, bro. And they wonder why people pregame in the car, right? It's funny because it reminds me when I lived in Vegas, because we used to go to the casino, me and the group of people I used to hang out with, which were a bunch of rowdy weirdos. But we used to go there. We used to go pregame in the parking lot. Bring a bottle of Sailor, you know, Sailor Jerry, 95 proof. Drink the whole fucking half bottle, excuse the language. And then go to the casino after we drink half a bottle of that 95 proof. And then just hit it up all night. Just tearing it up. Till like freaking 6 or 7 in the morning. Get some grenades on the way home. You know, and then like drink in the car in front of the friend's house. Go blackout in the friend's house till noon on the couch. Wake up in the morning, finish that bottle. It wasn't the morning. It was more like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Drinking the rest of that Sailor when we woke up. Getting ready to do it all over again the next day. Because guess what? That was Friday night. We got all weekend, baby. We went from smoking to vape, thinking it would be cheaper, but the vaping was more expensive. It made me yeah, no, it can be more expensive depending on how much you vape, for sure, yeah. But it's not like cigarettes are cheap either, though, right? I mean, think about it. They say the best you can smoke is American Spirits, right? Which is a total lie because it's still tobacco you're smoking, right? But the American Spirits, dude, are like $15 a pack, bro. Like, nobody wants to spend $15 on some paper that you're going to burn and suck in your lungs, you know? Crazy to think about. $15 a pack of cigarettes, dude. Oh, my God, bro. When I was a kid, they weren't necessarily expensive, but they were still more pricey than like when my dad or my grandmother or whatever were younger. The laws were real lenient back then too, man. One of the first memories I have of my grandmother is of her smoking a cigarette. You know? And I'm not saying you should feel bad if you smoke. Don't. I mean, it's that's not here nor there. You know, I think it's just sometimes comforting for people to smoke cigarettes, especially if they're raised around them or whatever. Doesn't mean they're good for you. Obviously, it's kind of normal. It's weird. I grew up in an environment like that where it was normal to smoke cigarettes. And they used to have them like we were talking. I think last time we were talking about it, where they had those little fancy pouches. You know, with they're made out of leather and all this stuff. The little signature, you know, the little lighter holders and the Pall Mall 100s, and then I worked at Circle K too at one point, and that was an eye-opening experience. Honestly, it was weird because these people would be drinking early in the morning and buying their cigarettes and stuff. As soon as they opened the damn liquor container, people started buying liquor. And people you wouldn't expect were drinking in the morning, man. That's crazy. You know, this is like 67-year-old women come in, work at the local, you know, elementary school, buying like 6 shooters at the beginning of the day, homie. And I'm just like, damn, I understand why, but damn, that's a lot of shooters, lady. That's a lot of shooters, lady. She needed them shooters and them chasers for the rest of the day. I guess I don't know, but dang, crazy. You guys ever have the 99 bananas? Anybody in chat ever drink the 99 bananas? I'm not proud to say I drink them, but I drink them. They are nasty. They are gross. 99 bananas. Y'all are having 99 bananas? What about the MD 2020? What about Steel Reserve? The Mad Dog and the Steel Reserve, man. Mickey's. Don't forget the Mickey's. Oh God, so many bananas. Yeah, man. That's romantic right there. That's how you show a girl you mean business right there. Buy like 4 shooters of 99 bananas and a couple McDoubles in the parking lot of a what do you call it? A park, you know? You're out there at the park with 4 shooters of 99 bananas and 2 McDoubles. Like, baby, I'm trying to woo you. I'm trying to woo you, baby. Kick them heels up, baby. You know, she'd be putting her feet on where the window is in the Corolla. You know, the smell of faux leather just burning from the outside in. You don't remember drinking Mad Dog? Yeah, no, Mad Dog gets you sick. That's the thing about it. Mad Dog's one of those drinks that's just got too much sugar in it. That's nasty stuff. It's like mixing Kool-Aid with malt liquor. It's basically what it is. It's just Kool-Aid and malt liquor. Or like Boone's Farm wine. That's another one. Cheap wine, malt wine. I don't even know how you can make a malt wine, but they do make malt wine. When you're like a teenager or like a young person, it ain't so bad. But when you start hitting them 25s to 30s, then it starts to change. You know, and you're like, I don't know if I can drink this anymore. Your palate changes. Hopefully it does. I don't want to be thinking about people drinking like 99 bananas at like 40 years old in their car like that. No, I did, but I don't remember. It makes you blacked out. Yeah, that's what happens. But it's crazy because Vegas is so popping, bro. Like I remember living there and being so excited the first 3 days I lived there. And then after 3 days, I was like, I don't want to live here no more. I don't want to live here no more. I kept telling myself, I don't want to live here no more. You know? I had a partner at the time. Like she lived down there in Vegas, whatever. Right? Interesting story. I'm not gonna tell all the tells and whatnots, and definitely different lifestyle from what a lot of other people would be living. But it was kind of a weird situation. It started off weird. It didn't end well, and then even now, this person's on my Facebook, but don't ever talk because I said some really mean shit. I probably shouldn't have said, but they were weird and mean to me, and it was just one of those weird situations, man. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna give the preface, okay? This is how you know it was weird when it started off, okay? I met this person online. Number one, no, right? I shouldn't have done that. It was so many years ago when they were always making fun of people meeting people online and stuff. I did that. I found this person online. I think it was on MySpace, to be honest. It was so long ago, right? And like we kind of had like-minded, opinions of things, and kind of got along. And then I went down to meet this person and took this trip. Went all the way to Vegas from Kingman and down south and all that. And the first thing that kind of kicked me weird was the fact that this person wanted me to stay down there, which I was cool with because I was only supposed to spend like a week or something, right? But I had to live with her friends. I had to live with her friends. Think about this. It was weird. Couldn't like hang out in the house. Couldn't live at like a fucking hotel, excuse the language. Couldn't live in a hotel. Couldn't stay at my own spot. Okay? I had a bus ticket back. I took the Greyhound down. I had a bus ticket back. Okay? And then I was supposed to live with her friends. Tell me how this doesn't sound weird. Straight out. I had to live with her friends. And they were around 24/7. Okay? And like they kept like an iron eye on me the whole time I was there, that I wasn't gonna go anywhere or leave or dip. It started like that. That's how it started. Okay? And then when I was supposed to depart and leave back, go back to where I came from, that's when that lifestyle started. That's when that part of it started. It was weird because what happened was we were all partying, having a good time, right? And then right as soon as I was supposed to get the bus back, I was partaking more than I should have. And she was instigating. And by the time I realized what had happened, my bus ticket was no longer usable. So I got stuck down there. And then I became solely dependent on this person that I barely knew. And I was stuck down there for months. Homeless, without a job. It was like the worst choice I've ever made in my life. One of the worst choices. I regret it to this day, honestly. And that's kind of where that weirdness started, man. It was just a weird situation. It ended weirdly. It didn't go nowhere. This person had substance abuse issues. I had substance abuse issues. She ended up wrecking her car. It was not a good experience, man. It was a weird experience. What's up, Rodney? Welcome, man. How you doing, buddy? How's life, man? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're blessed, man. If you're not blessed, bless you, sir. You guys ever have weird stories like that? Or are you too ashamed to talk about them? What's up, Kyle? How's it going? You got some stories about people you were with that you're ashamed to talk about nowadays? You guys, any of you guys in chat got that? I'm pretty sure everybody in the world's got that, man. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure everybody has some stuff they really regret doing, like hanging out with or whatever. You got a weird kidnapping story where somebody drags you down to a state you don't belong in with no money, no job. You guys got any of those? Or am I just, solo on this one, man? Hey, man, it's all right to be drunk. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's more mine. I was telling a story when I went down to Vegas and I met someone and I got stuck there for like 3 or 4 months with no money or no job. Running out of money. I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. I had to quit my job of 11 years or I'd pummeled my operator. Dude, it ain't worth it, bro. Yeah, I get it. I understand why you quit. A lot of stories you don't tell. I mean, sometimes it's good to tell them stories with what is it, anonymity? You know what I mean? You don't have to tell me. You could just make a fake profile, go on a Reddit somewhere, and just tell people, "Hey, this is what happened, bro." You know, it's good to get that stuff off your chest. Sometimes it's weird stuff that happens to everybody, though. You know what I mean? It's just how the nature of the universe tends to be. Sometimes weird stuff happens to everybody. The trash man is going by right now. This neighborhood is so much different than the last neighborhood I lived in. Trash man would come by at like 4 in the morning. Over here, this dude comes at noon. Sometimes he comes at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes he comes at 5 p.m. I'm like, bro, that's just weird and inconsistent. I'm still sick, man. I can't stream for that long today. I'm still getting over my illness right now. But thank you so much for asking, as well, and thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate it very much, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, if you feel like you're gonna commit violence, dude, I don't blame you for quitting that job. I really don't. That means that was like draining your soul and all that stuff, man. That's bad times, you know. So, what kind of lifestyles do you guys live? I mean, where do you live at? What would you call yourself? Would you call yourself a street kid, a cowboy, a pretty girl? Like, what? I mean, what kind of lifestyles do you guys lead? What would you like to be known as in this life? If they ask questions about you, you know what I mean? What would you say is a defining trait of your personality? Why people like you or why they don't like you? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Oswaldo. Do you like sports? Do you like soccer? Do you like hockey? Do you like golf? I know some people that like golf. I can't get into golf, bro. I tried. I have a friend from the Philippines, right? We all call him Uncle, right? He's talking. He's a pretty decent golfer, man. He does a lot of the Corona whatever around here, Arizona area. And he's like, all I do? He goes, I go to golf. I go to the golf course and I drink. That's what I do. So I'll just do in there and I'll just have my drinks and I'll golf and I'll get numbers and we'll go to like tours and stuff. Sounds real chill, man. I don't think I could keep up, to be honest with you. I would get bored, man. I can't play golf and I can't watch golf, unfortunately. But there are a lot of people that really like golf. You know what I mean? Maybe if I understood the sport a little better, maybe, possibly. But I really don't understand golf too well. Golf is hard. That's what I've heard, yeah. It's definitely physically demanding. People act like it's not, yeah. Tennis is probably the most physically demanding next to swimming, though. I can think of a sport that's physically demanding. I can't watch baseball. I like playing it, though. I get you, man. I don't like watching it either, but I do like playing it. I like playing baseball. My trash man comes at the same time every day, Friday, 8, 9, every time, basically, I know. See, and I don't, dude, I get screwed that way. Because I have javelinas. I don't know if you guys know this story. I got javelinas they come to my front yard. So I have to keep my trash in so the javelinas don't come and knock it over and start eating it and the babies get inside and spread the trash all over the ground. And I'm already sick as it is, dude. I don't want to go out there, with a broom and a rake and clean up after the javelinas. Nothing against javelinas or anything, but I don't feel like doing that. So I got to figure out when the trash dude's going to come by, right? And I can't figure it out because he never comes by at the same time. So if I'm gone from the house, man, I'm kind of screwed, you know? I'm bike addicted. The golf don't catch my attention. What's up, John? How you doing? Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for that blessing. And thanks for the prayers, John. I appreciate you, man. God bless you, dude. Sam, I can't watch. Fun to play. Exactly, it's very fun to play. Were you sick with? So I told this story earlier. I'm gonna tell it again. But about two or 3 weeks ago, I came down with a cough. I kind of ignored it a little bit. Thought I was getting sick. And then about 2 weeks ago, I went to the doctor. Doctor said I had bronchitis. And I just wasn't getting better. I had an infection, a lung infection, and almost. I want to say almost, I think exactly 2 weeks from when I started getting sick, I had a real rough night and I couldn't breathe. I had to go to the ER, so I was in the hospital for almost 2 or 3 days. And it turns out they took an x-ray of my lungs and I had a shadow, and it turns out I had pneumonia and some kind of unresolved thing inside my lung. And they put me on some pretty heavy antibacterial stuff and antibiotics that they had to pump into my bloodstream directly. And my pulse, my what do you call it, resting oxygen, and my pulse ox was bad, so they had to keep me under observation. And I'm recently back, but I'm still recovering. It's going to take me a month to 2 months to recover completely. So I remember this actually. What do you remember? Playing baseball? Is that what we're talking about? I thought that's what we were talking about. Playing baseball. Yeah, because I love playing baseball, man. Basketball, I love playing. I mean, I keep talking about the 90s basketball and baseball era. My favorite sport of all time, though, if you know me long enough, you know that my favorite sport is boxing. You never went to you need to go to the hospital, bro. You don't have money for it, right? Yeah, that'd be rough, bro. I'd say go to the hospital anyways, dude, if you're not getting any better. You know what I mean? And you got the cough. Oh, yeah, bro, yeah. It's almost identically 2 years ago. It's true. I have breathing problems, though. My family, it runs in the genetics. So I used to golf with my father. Just can't do it since he passed away a few years ago. Can't watch it, but I can't bring myself to get out and do the course anymore. That's understandable, man. That's an understandable reason not to do it. Yeah, but like basketball, man. I loved basketball. I love playing basketball. I still like playing basketball. Playing baseball. I love baseball. It's fun to play. I can't watch it. Basketball I can't watch anymore either, and that's just because I'm a spoiled brat, basically. Because I lived in the era. It's better actually good. It's good to hear. The era that I grew up in was like the best basketball era next to the 1970s. You know what I mean? I grew up in the 1990s. I talk about it all the time. I adore 1990s basketball, dude. Jordan era, all this stuff, man. I just adore it all. Like the mailman, the whole nine, man. You know what I mean? And then I tried to watch that Canelo Alvarez fight. And that's when I think it was at the height of my illness at that point. I couldn't sit through the fight, dude. I was already in pain. And it just bored me too. Jordan Pepper, I agree, Adam, yeah. And his baseball was, it was great too. You know, that whole Bo Jackson, you know, that whole era, dude, was good. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Not Randy Johnson. The pitcher, bro. What can't I remember his name? The hell's his name? My dad has his rookie card, and I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember? It's been so long since I've seen him play. My dad's gonna kick my ass for not remembering his name. What is his name? I can't remember. Nolan Ryan, bro. Nolan Ryan was a god. Nolan Ryan, bro. You guys ever watch Nolan Ryan play? That dude was a god. He was a golden god. He was amazing. Nolan Ryan was great, dude. Yeah, I know he played for the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks was my team, John. Especially during the era with the Yankees when they won the World Series. That was my team back then. They had a great team back then, too. It was really good. Baseball was just better back then. Yeah, Nolan Ryan was a savage, wasn't he? Dude. He was a savage. I have a comic book when he collaborated with Frosted Flakes. That was so long ago, dude. Wow, that's the era. That's what I'm talking about. That was a great era. But like I said, basketball though, man. Oh my god, bro. Basketball in the 1990s though. You gotta think about the Suns, even the Phoenix Suns, bro. My team was the Bulls. Give me crap if you want. It's fine. I sound like a bandwagoner. Don't get me wrong. But my god, the Bulls, dude. The Chicago Bulls in the 90s were just unbeatable, dude. Like, they were freaking great. They were just so good, bro. Right? And then you had, like, the fucking Sun. Excuse me. The Suns. You had the Suns. The Phoenix Suns. You know, on topic, but being down in AZ, ever chill outside to see odd above? I was outside earlier. I don't know what you mean. Lawrence Taylor was badass. Yeah, I agree. I remember Lawrence Taylor. But think about that era, dude. That's why I say, because people are always like LeBron James, and like, don't get me wrong, LeBron is pretty good, but you got to think about the era, bro. That Jordan had to put up with. I always say this, but it's true. You had Patrick Ewing, you had the Mailman, you got KJ, you got Thunder Dan Marley, you see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying here, dude? You got the Jazz. You got Reggie Miller. You see what I'm saying here? In that era. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm not talking badly about LeBron. LeBron's not a bad player. But LeBron didn't have to fight half of that to be called the greatest at what he does. Think about it. Not even a quarter of that existed in his era. At all. Compared to Jordan. At all. That's what I'm saying, man. That was a crazy era. Those teams were no joke. You know? Bonfire. Gonna drink and have a bonfire. Watch again tonight. That sounds nice. Well, that's why I talk about that. I miss that era in sports, man. You know? It's never going to come back. It's never going to happen again. You just hope that something close to it happens. And the thing, too, is trying to watch a sporting event nowadays is all like... It's all commercials for the bookies. Like every 30 seconds, there's a commercial for a bookie. You know, like sportsbets.com. You know, and it's like, do I really even believe that these people are in control of these games? Who was I watching play the other day? Dallas. You guys watched the Dallas game from a little while ago? That was a crazy game. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad. But I really didn't care who won either. Jordan will always be the GOAT to the ones who know. It's true, yeah. You're right. I gotta force myself to watch one. Literally, I told my brother, get ready for 200 plus commercials. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And it's crazy because now they don't get the same ratings that they did at all, like back in the 90s, right? They're pretty much on the outs. And it's understandable. I mean, internet pretty much killed that culture. You know, you got live stream everything now. And thinking back to where we actually had to sit down and pick when we're going to choose to watch something and pick one thing over another or use the DVR or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a very different era. And kids aren't as interested in sports as they used to be, which is understandable because there's a lot more to do. You know, a lot of people just want to play video games, play with their tablet, watch internet corn, if you know what I'm talking about. So a lot of the interests are kind of like not the same as they used to be about 20 years ago, which it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. The Pistons. I was a Bulls fan, and then I got into the Suns for a while. I got into the Suns mostly because, I mean, that was my dad's team, I think. And then in football, for the longest time, I was a Raiders fan. I don't know if I can call myself a Raiders fan now, though. The only reason why I say that is I have nothing against the Raiders, but since they moved, last time, I don't know if I can commit to Las Vegas, if that makes sense. I might have to change my team now because I don't really see them the same way. Like, and I know that it was a good move for the Raiders to move to Las Vegas. There was a good reason that they did it. Maybe better funding, better stadium. I understand completely, but it's just not the same for me. They left Oaktown. Yeah, they did. I mean, if you think about it, they weren't really needed anyways. They got the Chargers and all that. You know what I mean? It makes sense. I get it. I'm not bitter about it. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Adam. But it's like now I don't even know anymore. I don't really watch football like I used to either. I kind of lost interest in it. The other thing that I really like too is like physically going places and like doing things. Um, I've talked about it in the past, but like I think my favorite thing to do is to go to a bookstore. There are two things I really love: going to a bookstore, getting new books. Yeah, going to the bookstore was one of my favorite things to do because there's a couple bookstores I used to go to that had used books. The smell of used print, stuff like that was cool, man. Like I don't know, they had a lot of historical books. You know, I got a lot of my information from the historical books. Like we're talking about sports and stuff. They had sports figures and numbers, almanacs, stuff like that, man. I don't even know if they put them out anymore, you know? But there used to be a lot of that back in the day, which was kind of cool. And they had specific, biography books about certain sports figures and really cool stuff. Stuff you wouldn't hear ordinarily outside of the range of just watching ESPN or whatever. Just kind of neat. One of the reasons why I like going was because of that. And just get some coffee, chill there, look at a book, see if you liked it or not, if you wanted to buy it. A lot of those are on discount as well. No longer have cable TV, so I only watch the games at work because I work at a casino. I always have sports on your TVs. 49ers, Rams, Chargers. Yeah, exactly what I meant. Kyle, yep. If anyone needed to leave. Oh, I mean, don't say that. You're gonna be a man after my own heart. Don't say that to me. Cause already, since I'm a Raiders fan, by proxy, my least favorite team. You get where I'm going here, sir. You get where I'm going. My least favorite team, the 49ers.
Don't get yourself
Hawks fan. That's funny because my uncle's favorite team is the Dolphins. He's not even from that side of the country. He loves the Dolphins. The Dolphins weren't bad though. They had some good teams, some good quarterbacks. You know.
don't get yourself.
Dan Moreno. My boo's flying to Vegas for the Raiders Bears game on Sunday. That's dude, your bosses. That sounds like a nice trip. I want to check. I want to check out the stadium. I do want to go check it out. I've been down to the Phoenix Stadium. It's beautiful. The Glendale Arena. It's beautiful. Like I went to go watch the Raiders play a few years ago there. It was beautiful. My dad takes me sometimes up there, and we go and spend some time out there. And they got the Tillman Memorial Museum and some pretty interesting stuff. Really interesting restaurants. Alice Cooper has a restaurant right around there. You know? So it's kind of a chill place. I want to go check out that stadium. I'm just afraid it's going to be real expensive. It's Vegas, dude. You know, what are you going to do? It's Vegas. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if it was extremely expensive there. Washington grew up watching her grandfather watch the Hawks. Naturally stuck. That's cute, man. The Cards lost there yesterday. Kyle. That's my dad's team, the Cardinals. That's the funny part. Like, we'll go watch the Cardinals play against the Raiders. I know the Raiders were going to lose because it's the Raiders, bro. You know, my dad just takes me there and be like, hey, who won? You already know who's going to win, bro. This is before they moved to Vegas. They ain't got no team. I don't know why you act like there's going to be some rivalry here or something. That's my dad, bro. I mean, yeah, come on, that's the mentality of a dad right there. You know it is. Went to a concert at that stadium. It was amazing. Oh, the Cardinal Stadium? Yeah, that's beautiful, dude. I'm telling you. I want to go to that Alice Cooper restaurant that's like really close to it, but I love me Alice Cooper. He's one of my favorite people in the world, man. He does a radio show. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I know for sure out of Phoenix. He does a radio show. And it used to be called something else. Now it's just called Alice's Attic or something. Whenever I get a chance to listen to him, I do. He's one of my favorite people in the world, man. I love Alice Cooper. He's cool as hell. And he's kooky and he's from a different era, you know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy hearing his stories because he was a young man in the 1960s and stuff, you know. Very different walk of life there. Hearing about like rock stars from back in the day and stuff is interesting to me. Really, bro? Just give me the good, please. Are you serious, dude? Give me the good, bro. What are you doing? Thank you. The thing that sucks is you need that axe. That's why I had to get it. You need the axe for the accomplishment. Like, he just was not giving me the hit at all. For whatever reason. Wish you were born in the 60s. That's the thing that's weird about it, is it's easier and worse at the same time. Right? You gotta think about that. A lot of the weird social stuff, specifically. Easier and weird and harder at the same time, depending on what's going on. Because I don't think I would have want to go to Vietnam. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I'd be up for that task. Probably be drafted. If you have a brother, then yeah, for sure. I think if you're an only child male, you weren't drafted. At least that's how I believe that it worked back in the day. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's the case, though. And then another movie I watched the other day. Look at, hey, you gonna hate, you can hate. I don't care. But I rewatched Waterboy for like the 17th time. And I was like, damn, they ain't ever gonna make a movie like this ever again, bro. It's like, what was he trying to do? Was he trying to make a comedic version of Forrest Gump? I don't even know what the thinking was from Adam Sandler. That movie's insane, bro. That movie's insane. Me and my dad will watch that movie too during the Super Bowl halftime show. We'll put it on for like an hour. And we'll just sit there and zone out when we watch it together. You guys see any new movies recently or no? Anything good? Any TV shows you're interested in? Better than the last 10 halftime shows. You're not wrong, dude. Like, so, don't get me wrong. Like, I was kind of stoked that Snoop Dogg and all them were gonna pull that one year, and then I kind of just, I'm not gonna lie to you, I fell off. It fell off for me. Sneaky Pete. What's that one about? Animal Kingdom. If you guys could share and like the stream, I'd really appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have a choice in your Soulsborne entertainment, and I'm so grateful that you chose me. Do partake. Like, share, and say something if you get a chance, please. Thank you so much. So, honestly, do you guys think I should play Ghost of Yotai? Or should I play... Because I gotta choose here. Should I play Ghost of Yotai? Should I play Silent Hill F? I know that, Where the Winds Meet's coming out, but that's free, so I don't have to pay for it. Do you think Ghost of Yotai will be worth $70? Because they, they're charging $70 for it. Straight out. Dude gets out of prison, steals dude's identity, basically gets into a... That sounds insane, bro. That sounds like a crazy show. That's the Sneaky Pete one? So I'm going to talk about upcoming runs as well. We're going to finish the 500 runs. We're close to finishing it right now. When we hit 500 runs, we're going to do some experimental stuff. I already vowed to myself I'll be doing more physical stuff, less video game based stuff. So that is something that you might have to deal with, unfortunately. But we have some plans for certain runs that seem pretty ridiculous, which One of them on the table is all death run. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. The all death run. The all death run's coming up after we get to 500. The all death run is basically we're gonna try to break the record for how many times somebody's died in a Soulsborne video game. So this means that we're gonna be playing Elden Ring, trying to get upwards of 14,000 deaths in a single playthrough. And the only way to progress is by killing the boss as you die. If we don't do that, we have to reset the boss until we get it done. And each death has to be unique. So in other words, we're going to do all the whole entire game, including DLC, beat all the bosses, all 200 whatever amount there is. How am I feeling? I'm still sick, man. I'm actually going to end the stream soon, probably. What's up, Jane? I was waiting for Jane. How you doing, Mama Jane? I'll go a little bit longer because Jane's here. But yeah, the all death run after we get the 500 deathless runs. It says basically we go to Elden Ring. We're going to try to get as many deaths as possible. Try to break the record for how many times somebody's died in a video game. We're going to try to go for something like 14 to 20,000 deaths in a single playthrough. We're going to make sure that each death is unique. And that every single time we kill a boss, we must die at the same time that we kill the boss. If not, we have to reset the boss and start over. Okay? It's the all death run after we get 500. Okay? The other idea I got is the bird only level 1 to max level no death run. What that means is that we play Elden Ring at level 1 till we get to Mogwyn, and we get rid of all of our souls, and we depend solely on the bird for farming from level 1 on NG to max level. This means that we have to do level 1, rune level 1. We can only farm the bird. We can't farm anything else. And then we stay there until I'm max level and then beat the rest of the game. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Those are the two other runs. So there's that one. There's bird to max level run. There's the all death run. All right, we'll see you later, Justin. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Have a blessed day, dude. What else is there? So this is after 500. Okay, this isn't including the 500. We're going to go back and we're going to retry the all enemies till despawn deathless Dark Souls 2 run, which means all enemies 12 times until they're all dead. But I'm thinking about adding the moniker with the platinum trophy as well onto it. I love the runs they come up with. They're insane for anyone that doesn't play like you do. Yeah. It's just going to get worse, homie. It's just going to get worse. Because a lot of the stuff I'm doing now is platinum trophy only, pretty much. But yeah, so I was thinking about the 100% clear run. Dark Souls 2, but with platinum trophy involved. Well, I want some feedback. Guys in chat. Girls in chat. Dolls in chat. Rapes in chat. Monkeys in chat. Watermelon in chat. You guys got any feedback about those runs? Is there a run you want to see? A run that I haven't pulled for you yet? What would be unique and weird? Something that nobody really wants to do and no one will do but me, basically. Have any ideas, guys? Now is the time, my friends. I'm a monkey, but that's weird. Hey, don't be mad about being a monkey, man. Monkeys are cool. So how you been, Jane? What's up with you? How you doing, lady? But yeah, so those are the runs. So of course we gotta finish Bloodborne 100% achievements, no death. You know, we gotta do Demon Souls 100% achievements, no death. We gotta do Dark Souls 3 100% achievements, no death. We gotta do Elden Ring 100% achievements, no death. But see, it's all the same run. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to the weird ones. 1000% looking forward to the weird ones. It's gonna be interesting. And there's just some basic runs too, man. You know that? Like I miss the basic ones. Miracles only. Random stuff. You know what I mean? Just basic runs. I miss them. They're good times. Everybody's showing on Facebook right now. Yeah. I don't mind y'all on YouTube though. It's nice. Thanks, Jane. Yeah, it's gonna take me a while, they said, so. Yeah, we've done Shields only. I wouldn't mind doing it again. It's been a while. I don't think we did DLC in Elden Ring with Shields only. They got some good shields in Elden Ring, though. Really good ones. Trying to think of a run. Yeah, anything you guys want to watch, man. You know, it's been a while. I know I got to do that Pokemon run. I'm just afraid that the Pokemon mod don't work no more. That's what I'm afraid of with that one. I'm gonna have to contact the actual mod maker to patch it up. Switching. All right, Jane. I quit vaping, Jane. I don't vape no more. It only took, I don't know, the lack of oxygen, you know, to stop me from vaping.
You have no eggs. No matter. Audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. There's only so much you could do with these games left. We have to start playing some other stuff, dude. We definitely need to start dipping into other games. Yeah, I've done so many different runs. But it's like, I know if I go back and do the regular basic runs through games, people come and watch them. Especially people that have never actually watched me play before. Like, oh, he's doing this unique run that I did like 3 or 4 years ago. But it's like, yeah, it's been 3 or 4 years though. You know? Let us be happy, yeah. She's very happy about it. I'm pretty sure she just misses me. So I definitely don't have the same energy level yet. Not yet, anyways. This morning she drew me a picture. Just two bears, two little teddy bears, and one was a big teddy bear and one was a small teddy bear. And then she's like, that's the daddy bear and this is the baby bear. She's like, because I guess that when I spent the night in the hospital, she was crying a lot. She was telling her mom, she's like, that's not just my dad, he's my best friend. You know, over and over again. And then she drew this picture this morning. And it's of two bears hiking in the middle of nowhere. And she's like, it's like, Dad, this is you and me. This is the daddy bear and this is the baby bear. And not only is it the daddy and baby bear, they're best friends. She tells me. I was like, I love that kid so much. She's a good kid. Such a good kid. Yeah, exactly, man. We'll just do the basic stuff. Get back in the swang. After the 500th run, man, I really won't have much more to prove anymore at this point. Just make the video, you know. Make sure it's all cleaned up and everything and put it all out there. I don't have the same wants and needs since 3 weeks ago. I really don't. I'm a pretty simple person at this point. And I'm grateful that I still have a following at all. He's got the piojos. Isaiah. Yeah, she was real worried about me. Cause she lost her grandmother, her great grandmother. I say about 6 months, 7 months ago. She had a really good relationship with my grandmother, and it's kind of weird because like nobody had a great relationship with my grandmother. You know, that's really weird, right? Nobody had a great relationship with my grandmother. Nobody. My daughter did. She spent a lot of time with her. Whenever my dad would take her over there, she'd hang out with her. And then my grandmother passed away. She had like hiatal hernia. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but basically her stomach came above her solar plexus, diaphragm, or whatever you want to call it. Caused some complications. She's already in her almost, like she was 90 years old, man. You know, surgery would have been bad on her anyways. So they kind of just let it happen, sadly. She passed away. And then, you know, my daughter never really lost anybody, so it was definitely traumatic for her at first. But then she started thinking about her great-grandmother while I was in the hospital and all that and being all dramatic about it because, I mean, you never know, you know? It's like, Daddy needs to be here because he's my best friend, and she took it pretty hard, man, like, pretty rough. Because the last person she saw in the hospital passed away, man. You know? It did me when I was bad off. Yep, I feel that one. For sure. For sure. Honestly, I'm still kind of worried about the x-ray I have to get. I want to go there and make sure there's nothing. I think that's kind of what I'm worried about a little bit. You know, it's probably just, phlegm or something, you know. Some sputum or something, you know. I just want to make sure. It's kind of scary a little bit. It's normal. That's good. I mean, that's all that really matters. So yeah, I'm not gonna get surgery. Is the resolving pneumonia and blah blah blah. It's normal to have some remaining. I like how you straight up just type out the blah blah blah. You know the medical jargon so well. You know? You know the medical jargon so well, Jane. At least my teachers were cool about it too. They weren't too messed up about it. They're like, yeah, just take your time, make sure you get better. My statistics class though, man. That lady that lady was not a nice lady. I actually had to drop her class. As long as your lung isn't completely whited out, you're good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Sorry, I can't sound more excited because my voice is kind of gone. That's why I have to get off soon. But yeah, that's good. But my statistics class, okay? I explained this to you. So I had to take some mandatory classes for my cert so I can get it to radiography. Okay? Radiography doesn't start till next summer session. Okay? Common area community acquired pneumonia. Yeah, it's CAP, yeah. That's what it says on the paperwork. It talks about CAP, how you acquire CAP. It's the leading cause of death depending on, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You already know this. I don't need to tell you all that. You already know all that. Poorly inflated lung. So like I was saying about the statistics, right? So I started taking statistics class. I want to say last month was the first class I had of it. I didn't have really much of a problem with it. It wasn't that hard. Okay? But this lady used like 3 different software engines to accomplish like the tasks of the class. So she had like this lockout browser, which I'm okay with taking tests in because it makes sense to do that. But then she had like some homework, Lumen homework thing. And then she had some other engine she was using as well. And then what she would do is she'd be like, oh, you didn't turn in the assignment, even though I turned in the assignment. Right? And kind of heckle my ass. And I'd be like, dude, I turned in the assignment. What are you talking about, right? And then she'll send me a message back. Oh, I didn't grade the assignments yet. That's where it started. And I was kind of like, no. I've been here. I know what's going to happen. This lady's one of those Karen type ladies. I don't want to deal with this. You know, so it continued to escalate. I do the homework. She said, I didn't get your homework. And then the submission for certain discussions and stuff were all misplaced. So in other words, you'd go into like where the discussion was meant to be like regulated, like where you're supposed to read what your discussion's supposed to be. But there was no link to the discussion so you could post it or upload it. So you'd have to go to a whole other glossary just to get to where the discussion was supposed to be posted. And then she'd rag on you because you didn't post it in the right spot. I was like, yeah, and you know what? You're just giving me all kinds of trouble for no reason. So I had to drop that class. I know what kind of teacher that is. And yet my psych teacher is like the coolest dude I've ever met in my life. We have to turn in a paper every 2 weeks. I didn't turn in my first paper. He's like, dude, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're alive. I told this lady I was sick. She's like, yeah, well, you better finish your homework. Like, all right, man. Screw that class. I dropped it.
Thank you, kind.
Give her a bad grade review. I'm going to. And that's the thing about it. I kept her up on what was going on. Like, it's not like I was lying to her. I had proof. I had, like, the paperwork saying I was at the hospital. I had all that stuff. But she was just like, oh, yeah, but still get your homework done. So, yeah, dude, I can't even breathe. The last thing I'm thinking about is statistics. Whatever, dude, you know? Oh, the VA pays for it? Yeah, bro. I paid for my classes this time. That's why I could drop the class, but I get what you're saying. If you're locked in with the VA, that's that you kind of stuck there. I feel you. Yep, I understand that one. Next semester though, I'm gonna have student aid, so I have to be very careful with how I use it. Cause I paid $1,200 this semester. Next semester, I shouldn't be paying anything, so I have to be very careful with my classes because I still need statistics. I think there's a different medical class I have to take. My med-term teacher is nice though. She's really sweet. So hopefully she's the one giving the next one. All right, I don't want to push myself too much because I think I'm gonna have trouble. Last night I washed the dishes. It was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. Last night I had to wash the dishes because they hadn't been washed in like 3 days. It's a true story, okay? I'm washing the dishes. I made dinner, whatever, right? Sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna wash the dishes. So I start washing the dishes. I start sweating. I got this cold sweat going. Okay? By the end of it, dude, I was so breathless. I could not breathe. And then my daughter's like, what's wrong with you? Sit down, you know? Like, what are you doing? And then I sat down, and I'm not kidding, man. I got cramps. I got such bad cramps, dude. I couldn't sleep. I was on the couch, just curled up in a ball. I took Tylenol to try to get rid of the cramps. You know what I mean? But I was there till like 3:34 in the morning till I finally passed out on the couch. I was in a lot of pain. It was not a fun experience, so I gotta pace myself. So I'm gonna end the stream here right now. I'm gonna try to be back tomorrow for a little bit. I'm gonna run this, when I get a chance to just do whatever, But I'll keep going on this run. We'll try to finish it. We'll go back to Bloodborne because I want to finish the Bloodborne run because I failed the last one. I'm gonna get off right now, guys, and thank you so much for watching, being so awesome, and all your patronage and everything. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow if I can, okay? If I don't, you guys have a good weekend, okay? I love you guys. Take it easy.